Hi, this is Kurt Johnson doing another Mindful Monday here at Shawbucks. You can't be happy all week if you don't start on Monday. Should you choose to be happy, life is choice. Today's topic is about happy, obviously. That's what we're doing these posts for. It's about true happiness and conditional happiness. True happiness is when you're in your heart center, you're experiencing happy from the inside, and that's where true happiness comes from. It's a point of reference, it's your compass, which allows you to know if you're living your true passion, your true life's path. There's a Buddhist quote that says, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. And that just identifies that when you're not happy, more than likely you're off course, you're not on your path. You fall unknowingly into what I call as conditional happiness. Conditional happiness is when you allow yourself to outside conditions to create your happiness, whether it's the job promotion, whether it's when this day's over, then I'll be happy. It's a state of when you're always fleeting, where something has to be completed before you can be happy. Conditional happiness could also be that you're counting on a loved one or a friend or someone to act and behave certain ways to create your happiness. It's happiness created outside yourself. It's the car, the job, whatever, etc. In the state of true happiness, you're centered. You're acting in compassion. You're acting out in kindness. And when you're in those states, you seem to get more of the same. When we're happy, we seem to get more of the same. When we're compassionate, we seem to get more of the same. Being able to engage in the state of our true happy within our heart center, we seem to become more creative. We're experiencing more acts of kindness and compassion. These are all experiences and expressions of true happiness. A little story about how when my friend Doc Erickson and I reconnected in around 2013. I remember the day specifically because I like to drive, and Ken needed to get his chairs in his office reupholstered for the waiting room, and he needed to take them to the Amish, and we had started our conversation about how I was exploring how love and fear create movement. And he was interested, and I remember it was a key point. I remember exactly where we were on the drive and everything, because he posed the question, and he said, you know, Kurt, basically, why do we do anything? And there was a silence in the truck as we're driving, and I just remember Ken, I think, was the first one to mention it. He goes, I think it's because we want to be happy, you know, because we want to feel good. And that fit in exactly with my philosophy of fear and love creating movement. And so almost immediately we both agreed that the reason we do anything in life, whether it's a job, this, that, or whatever it is because we want to feel good. And so often we're creating conditions to be happy that are always going to be fleeting. And when we can really understand that happiness and things we truly want comes from within our heart and our heart space. When doing these Mindful Monday posts, it's really kind of freeing for me because I'm not afraid to share my inner feelings and expressions of how I really see the world expressing itself through fear or love, whether they're knowing or unknowing the cause and effect. And why we do anything is because we want to feel good and to get a better understanding of what makes it attainable to stay in a state of happy for longer periods of time. We have more energy, and I just feel the need to share, basically because I care and I want everyone else to feel energy and have energy throughout the week. Life is choice, and happiness is a choice that can give you more energy to not just survive the week, but to survive through the week. For this week, let's try not to fall into the rat trap of creating conditional happiness or conditions that make us happy, and let's try to focus more on the inner happiness that's more sustainable and doesn't rely on outside conditions, the true happiness from within. And for the quote of the week, it's from Buddha: "There is no way to happiness, happiness is the way." P.S. I'd like to mention again this week the GoFundMe page for my friend Doc Erickson, who had his valve replaced. It was a defect from childbirth. It was unexpected, and unfortunately Ken didn't have health insurance, and it's a huge expense to go to Cleveland Clinic and have major open heart surgery. His recovery time's 2 to 3 months, so there won't be an income there as well. And I just want to point out he's a valuable person in our community, sees over 200 patients a week, and him and his family could use your support. So please click on the link below and go to his GoFundMe page. And thank you guys. Have a great week.